This is a public service announcement.
Welcome to the Chronic Podcast Show.
Hello, everyone.
Hola.
We here after a snow day.
I feel like it took forever to come back here this time. I missed it.
We hope everybody stayed safe with the power problem.
There's still no power.
I know, in lots of places.
Oh, we got our power back yesterday at our
One store, yeah.
Just yesterday, after 4 or 5 days. That's crazy. Tennessee needs to get their shit together because we over here in Tennessee, we did the most damage.
Dustin still doesn't have power, right?
Right?
Yeah, my girlfriend Ashley still doesn't have power.
Oh my.
The whole neighborhood's.
That's insane
sorry.
to me after all of this, guys.
I know, it's
There's
crazy.
still trees down
5.
everywhere, though.
I know, but they should be prepared better for all of this. We shouldn't have like so many like power line above ground anyway.
It should be
Like,
below ground,
Yeah,
probably.
I think when new
Especially
neighborhoods
places like
are
this.
built, I think the developers should somehow be
I think they are actually. Most of them are
having to
putting-
pay for underground.
Well, they're all putting it in the ground because they understand how crappy it is to have
Yeah.
it
It's
hanging in the
Dangerous
sky.
too.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It just doesn't make any sense.
I'm thankful for underground power lines at my house this week.
Well, didn't we have like power in the ground at one point in this world? That's a whole other topic. We go back to the alien thing. It's
0 point energy.
0 point energy.
Okay.
We're not talking about
We
that.
are
talking
here.
about today?
We are
What are we
here to
talking
talk
about today?
about medical marijuana.
Well, do we have any news at all first that we want to
Yes.
share
Do you
since you've
have
been
any
kind of
news,
away?
Jake? You're our news guy.
I'm the news guy.
You want me to ask AI?
Ask AI what kind of news is going on. No, news is
My
very
AI
crazy.
is doing better job than you, Jake.
That's
Come
true.
on.
Yeah. If you can get AI to show up in a suit and tie,
You're not in a suit and tie.
Well, soon they're gonna. Well,
this
they
is
are
suit and tie
already.
enough.
They are already in student tie.
Not AI.
I know, but robots
Robots,
is
but
like
that's-
the same as AI. There's not much difference between them.
We'll go back
They're
to
all
that.
programmed technology.
It's true. But do we really care about AI?
I do. Look how much information it gives me. I love AI.
Okay. Fantastic. We love AI.
It gives me so much good information. Think about it. All of it goes and searches all of the whatever web data access.
Yeah, it's got fingers in every tie out there. That's true.
Exactly. But
Tentacles
if I
on
want to do it
everything.
myself, you know how much time I should spend on that? You think I can sit here every week and do the
know.
podcast? No, sir. It takes work.
It's true. It's such a.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
my best friend. It just gives me right there. Yeah,
AI
we
is
get
not my
along
best-
good.
AI is not my
Let's
best
put
friend.
it that way. We get along good. Are you
That's good.
jealous now?
No, I'm not jealous.
You look like you're jealous. Look at your face.
I'm just having fun
Are
listening.
you jealous of AI, Jake?
Why should I be jealous of AI? I'm way better looking than AI.
It's wild to think,
I have a soul and AI does not.
That's so true. Yeah.
it's wild to
that's so
think
true.
in our lifetime that to get that kind of same research, you'd have to go to the library.
So that's what I was thinking about going to as
In
a
our
kid.
lifetime. Now it's all in our
Yes.
pocket.
Yeah.
So true.
There's a
Looking at
little-
Absolutely true.
encyclopedias and doing the research in the different books.
There's a
Yeah.
little Pandora's box kind of nonsense that floats around in my head just because of that. You have all of that information in your pocket, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
It's
It's
Right.
powerful.
very.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we talking about today,
So,
guys?
well, we're gonna go we're gonna talk about the news.
Medical marijuana. Okay.
Yeah, medical marijuana, but
for-
you want the news.
Do you
real
want
quick.
the new-
Yeah, just a little bit of news about where we're at when it comes to cannabis here in Tennessee right now.
Well, we had that last time that,
It's messed up.
Tennessee, how messed up it is. So far, we can do, as for law and regulations, we can
do what we're doing.
do what we are doing.
underneath our license.
It
Yeah,
still continues the way it was.
until
so
June.
Be in peace, everybody.
Keep coming
Nothing
in.
is
We have
happening
products.
in that sense. And, who knows what's going to happen after that.
Well, I think, and this kind of shifts into what our topic is what the news sort of is about with where marijuana is and all of the bills and stuff and how marijuana went from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3.
Right,
but it
is
hasn't
because-
fully been gone through yet.
No, but I think it's because what they're trying to do is put marijuana in the medical field, medical world, and have the medical industry taken run or be in charge of
And what
marijuana, cannabis, hemp, all of that kind of stuff.
what AI told me too.
Was I smarter than AI? Did I get it right?
You're getting there.
I didn't even ask
improvement.
AI.
Improvement. I give you that. But what I found out while I was doing research is actually they are. First of all, I always thought I was under impression that Tennessee has legal medical marijuana.
No.
No, it doesn't. But they're working to do it legal. They're working their way to do, like right now, meanwhile that we are sitting here and talking, that's happening.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, they're working to get the medical marijuana legalized in Tennessee.
Right. Remember our conversation with Jack Johnson? And we went kind of down that road to where it is? Yeah, and his head was like, I can't really tell you, but that's the route it's going.
Yeah.
And I think that's
So Jack Johnson said that that's the route.
No,
he said,
Jack,
I can't tell you, but it's...
No, Jack didn't say shit to
So
me.
what
Jack
makes you think that he thinks that's the route they're going?
Well, because all of the conversation that we've had with him.
He said that's a possibility. That's a route. You know, you guys can try that route. You know, that's...
It was in conversation. You know how you
You're a
get...
politician.
You tell me all the time that whenever you're at the gym, you can hear people's thoughts.
Oh, I know. I hear them everywhere.
So we do too
everywhere.
sometimes.
So when it comes to like that kind of interaction with Jack, over the course of trying to figure out how to continue doing what we're doing, we asked him, so what's the route? I mean, he's, well, there's never going to be any, recreational marijuana. We're not going to have legalization here in the state of Tennessee. And I was like, well, what about medical? And he's like, and he just kind of went off in a little weird road. But it kind of led me to believe that that's the upper level thinking in the legislative body, is that they're going to do some sort of medical bill for Tennessee to have medical marijuana.
It would be helpful because there's so many things that medicinally marijuana is good for, and that's what we're going to talk about today, I think.
Yeah. Can I share the little bit of a reason? Well, no, the reason why I think that's the route that they're going, but it's problematic. So marijuana,
it's super problematic.
And why they have a problem right now. So because of the Trump descheduling from 1 to 3, it put it kind of in the medical world's purview so that they could have control over it, because it's still considered a scheduled narcotic of sorts. However, there is recreational benefit, and a lot of states do have recreational marijuana programs right now currently across the country. So finding this balance to where you don't shut down industries incomplete, but you wholly encapsulate how hemp and marijuana both work, because genetically they're identical. So I think that's where they're at. And over the next 6 months, they're going to try to figure out how to do a full countrywide medical / recreational world to cannabis, because it's kind of stupid in the state of Tennessee that I can right now buy basically what is equivalent to recreational marijuana. But if it gets shut down, I could drive north 3 hours and go to a marijuana dispensary and get marijuana recreational in that state. The state-to-state lines and the ability to flow, they've got to figure out how to deal with that countrywide. And then the states have to fit into it. So there's going to be some sort of medical bill that they're going to open up medical marijuana to the state of Tennessee probably real soon. That's what I think.
But you think it's going to be in hand of pharmaceutical?
Well, anytime it's medicinally opened up, you've got to bring in doctors. It has to be prescribed. It has to. I mean, it's a whole nother.
That changes the land. That changes the landscape.
Right, but how they put it together? Like, would doctors prescribe and they give them the product there?
See, that's
the way
crazy.
it works in other states is. Like in the state of Florida.
Yeah, what's the medical world in Florida?
Well, I know every state is different, but in the state of Florida, you, and I have not gone through the process, but I have looked into it because I do own property there, and as long as you're a homeowner there, you can get your medicinal carry card.
Not carry card, your medicinal card too.
Carry card. I mean, to carry marijuana because they make it illegal.
But you can't have a firearm. We'll talk about that later.
Well, no, you can't. So we did talk about this before.
We did.
But, okay.
Anyways, let's not go down that. Sorry.
So they have a doctor that you have to, for the way that I was looking at it, you can go online and do an appointment online with this doctor. and then they give you the prescription. Then you can go to the dispensaries. You have to have the prescription to be able to go in and get it. A lot of dispensaries have doctors, so they have their own doctor that can see the patients.
And prescribe.
It's like a one-stop shop.
See, that becomes very, then, in my opinion, that becomes very problematic, because then what you're doing is you're taking the market away from people like us.
But no, that's not true, because it's people like you that would hire, the way that I have seen it, would hire a medical director,
Professional, yeah.
to be over your pharmaceutical side of things, and that it would just be another. You still own your business. You're just hiring a medical professional to.
Well, the reason why I'm saying that is because this is the issue. So cannabis is different than alcohol, different than pharmaceuticals, actually. Even though cannabis has a medicinal properties to it and can do things that, alcohol can't do, or do things that some pharmaceuticals can't do, they're trying to figure out what industry that this particular product fits in. Here's the issue for me personally. Okay, it does fit in all of them. It fits in the medical world where, yes, doctors could use this and prescribe it or tell their patients about it, and they should be able to get it. But should it be just sold in pharmacies or just prescribed by doctors? Absolutely not, because you can have the same kind of cannabis product in a recreational store, and people who want to just have fun and enjoy their life and boost some happy feelings or whatnot, is they're able to go get it. How do you define that it should only be this route in medical world, or should only be in some sort of recreational world?
I think
why can't it fit in both? But if it does fit in both on a recreational world, they're not hiring doctors to sit in their stores and medically prescribe to patients. In our store, I educated myself. I learned the product. I use the product, and I play a kind of a doctor, if you will, because I'm using my own experience and telling people about my experience with this particular product, and then guiding them and telling them that's their own experience. Am I better than a doctor in that sense when it comes to cannabis? In my opinion, probably yes. And the reason why I say that is because I've had dozens upon dozens of doctors come in my store, and they have zero understanding of this particular product. So why would then I want an industry to take over and control it and figure out how it should fit in their industry versus trying to find how the product fits into the market?
Which I understand all of that, but I also think that, like, me being an RN and being in that industry, but also knowing a lot about the marijuana industry and being in that world too, you can have both. There are a lot of healthcare professionals that are very holistic and go to holistic remedies first. And yes, that does include marijuana in some instances. It doesn't always, but
if you overregulate it at a legislative level and say, because this industry, then, like in the state of
for
Tennessee,
sure, but that's going to
medical,
happen
everywhere.
with anything.
Right.
I mean, that's our government. The government overreach is so
Just the
fucking
fact
ridiculous.
that we are sitting here and talking about this, that pharmaceutical and medical field is going to take over this field. This is plants that we are talking about. We are forgetting this is just
It's a
literally
plant.
just
Yeah,
a
it's a plant.
plant.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be any, like, just this conversation blowing my mind.
But so people will argue, like aspirin, it is from the bark of a willow tree. Like, so
Yeah,
people
however,
will
but
argue,
you have to go through
you
some
have to do a
process to
bunch
do
of
it.
different
Yeah.
steps. All you have to do with marijuana is
grow
cut
it.
it down and dry it.
Yeah.
You dry it. Like, so
Now, you can get a whole bunch more sophisticated about how you extract out of it, I'm
well, you
sure.
can, and I think that's
products
where a lot of
prove
the
that.
medicinal properties need to come into play, because you can start extracting different cannabinoids, and then we can start seeing all the different things it's useful for, and then
Right.
medicinally we can.
I love that idea of doing it medicinally. What I don't love about the medicinal world is the fact that it's so far the pharmaceutical industry has taken over for profit, not for the people, not for
Well, for sure.
products.
Look at
And
how much
so-
money goes into cancer research every year. And is there a cure for cancer? No.
No,
It's
but
a-
I'm sure you have some information about how medically cannabis has helped cancer.
Yeah.
Well, I do. Like I just was going to say in general,
Yeah.
you know, there's several different ways cannabinoids, CBD, including THC, can help medicinally for people. And just generally, one of the ways is fighting cancer. And there was a study done, let's see, it was published in 2016 on cervical cancer cells.
Yeah.
And it was shown that the CBD helped cause cervical cancer cells to explode, die.
See, I think that,
fascinating.
I think the White House and the legislative body has a lot of this information, and the reason why I say that is because in the Schedule 1 to Schedule 3 move
Yes.
that Trump
I'm
made,
certain, yeah.
Trump made on marijuana, part of that was some
Medical
remember we were talking about
research.
details and things. The details of the fine print underneath that, they said that CBD and some CBD products can now be used underneath certain HMO insurance.
And
things.
Medicaid, he
Insurance
wants it to
cover,
be
yeah.
able to be
Medicaid.
covered by Medicaid and Medicare too.
Yeah.
Right, and honestly, it should be because it's a healthcare
Yeah.
product. However, again, my question comes: at what level do you take out the basic public because of a healthcare product? And I understand, like, you don't want the basic public to have access to oxycodone and hydrocodones and all this
But
other
the
stuff.
basic
and-
public has access to vitamin D.
Sure, all of the normal vitamins and all of the stuff that you have, if you need in your body, you can go get it if you can do some basic research. Cannabis
let's
should
go
be in that same
closer-
field.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go closer to cannabis than vitamin D. Let's say chamomile. Chamomile is a plant that grows.
Yeah,
Chamomile-
people use chamomile all the time.
Yeah.
Right. And like if I'm having trouble sleeping, I might drink chamomile tea medicinally to
Right.
help me sleep. However, I also might wake up and just feel like I really want a cup of chamomile tea and I'm going to drink it just recreationally. Like, yes, it's not doing anything psychoactive like marijuana, but I'm trying to make the point, like, it's a plant
Right.
Yes,
that
at that particular
sometimes I
point.
use for a medicine, but sometimes I just use to use.
Yeah.
Right. So that's common sense. That is total common sense because chamomile is something that won't kill you unless you probably just eat like pounds and pounds and pounds of the plant.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that question, so I would have to. It maybe high levels
But I mean,
might be toxic. I don't know.
Like drinking chamomile tea, yeah. If you overdose on it, probably or something, yes. But who cares? You can access it. Go to your grocery store and get it. Use it medicinally. Use it recreationally. Do how you feel with it to
Right.
make yourself how you feel. As an educated adult, you can do that. Even uneducated, by your body feelings, you can make that happen. The reason for cannabis and why cannabis is probably much more regulated is because it's a much higher market, and people would spend
More money behind
Oh
it.
yeah,
Money, yeah. at
that's the
of
end
day.
result is money. It encapsulate.
Why is it a higher market though? Is it because it has been made so illegal and so difficult to get? If it were not illegal
That's one
and
of the
everyone
reason,
could
yeah.
grow it everywhere, and I could grow it in my backyard and have it as like next to my strawberries or
Yeah,
tomatoes,
like my parsleys. Yeah.
would it be as much money behind it?
Oh yeah, more. Just
If
think.
everyone is able to grow their own, how is there more behind it?
Well, in the whole of okay, so you're able to make your own beer, you're able to grow your own wheat, you're able to grow a lot of things that we have in markets, but some people produce it and do it better, so people are going to buy it. If it's free and easily and accessible, it's like the alcohol that's across the street. People are going to go get it and use it. If it's not killing people, your market is just going to grow. The other thing about cannabis in particular versus like alcohol or whatever is our bodies have the endocannabinoid system in it. And that system uses these cannabinoids to set balance. At one point in our history, probably for a whole lot of our history, up until 1930s as we discussed, cannabis was free and used everywhere, and they had it, and it was a huge commodity, and it was moved and done probably very right. There were farmers that grew it, grew lots of it. They probably baled it and sold it. It probably went like some massive commodity around the planet, and I'm sure it was a huge commodity used in just about everything, religious ceremonies, whether it was the
They used it in
spiritual.
some. Yeah, I had so many different use.
So right now, what they're trying to do, because they realize the depth, length, width, and breadth of how much cannabis can produce economically, they're trying to grab a hold of the supply chain lines, like they have done with everything else, power, water, the food. I mean, all of these supply chain lines that are necessary for the human being to have life, whether it's food, water, air, shelter, land, all of these things, they control the supply line. And they want to control the supply line of cannabis.
They want to control our cannabis.
They
Yes.
do. So let me tell you all the other ways CBD has been proven
Sorry
to
about
benefit
that.
health. Lowering blood pressure. There has
Yes.
been.
I have first-hand experience. Actually, mine was hiring blood pressure.
Yeah.
It balances your blood pressure.
Yeah.
If it's low, it brings up. If it's high, it brings low.
I don't know about that, but the studies that
It
I've
does.
seen, it does help lower. I haven't seen any studies of people done on people who have low blood pressure to bring it
Right,
up.
I have.
I've only seen it the other
Right,
way.
right. But that's
And
my
they're-
own experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Her own experience. Her
So
blood pressure
it-
went.
But I'll
does.
say this: everyone's body is different, so you can't say that it does that for everyone because
True.
there haven't been
Absolutely.
studies.
Everybody's
Like you have
different.
to be careful.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But
We make
there
it-
have been studies done showing that it lowers blood pressure.
We make no claims legally.
Right. We're just
Right.
telling you guys our
Right,
experience.
and
Our
I'm
own
telling you the
experience.
studies that, as a nurse, that I've done research on and seen.
Yes. And I am not a nurse.
Lowering blood pressure. You say you play a doctor on TV.
I've never been on TV except for this TV.
Lowering blood pressure, reducing inflammation. It's really good for
CBD,
that.
absolutely great
And,
for that.
and that
yeah.
plays into so many different roles. And like, it also, because it reduces inflammation, it helps with a lot of GI illnesses like Crohn's disease, IBS, because those are all inflammatory related type things. So CBD is really helpful for inflammation and different things like that.
Yeah, inflammation aspect of the CBD is something I believe, like from certain age, even the teenage, we all can use it till end of our life.
Yeah, well, like I said, I had my kids taking CBD
Right.
to help
Mine too.
prevent against concussions when they were doing competitive cheer. in high
Yeah,
school.
mine too.
Yeah.
Like helps not just physically, like in their brain. I mean everything. Even now, Persia, when she goes, sorry, I brought your name. When she has tests, and she's in college too. When she has tests, she calls me. She says, "Mom, pray for me. Like I do good." I say, do you have your CBD with you?" Because I know, and she knows, and she always has it. That oil is always with her. Like before exam, she's gonna take it because
Yeah, because it does
just-
help.
It's going to help, and it
So
will, and it
much.
also helps treat anxiety. It's been proven to help treat anxiety disorders, so it comes into play there too. She might be having some anxiety before her test, which helps
Absolutely, yeah,
calm
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
CBD is, which so many people say, oh, and it's happened to me too.
Full spectrum CBD.
Well, I was going to say you panic attacks from getting high. Like that definitely happens, but that's because you don't have enough CBD. You've got to have that balance. You got to have the synergistic effect of it all.
So true.
I
This
would-
is a tip for whoever they do get that experience of like when they are using THC, they have like panic attack or the anxiety kicks or whatever. If you feel like you're way too high and you're experiencing these symptoms, the only thing, one and only thing that can help you very fast is CBD. It's like putting water on fire. It calms you, everything balances you like perfectly good.
Yeah.
So that's tip for everybody.
Yeah, that is a good tip for sure.
Yeah, everyone can use it.
So it's been
I
proven
would-
to help with that.
I would be willing to argue that the reason why Trump put CBD in that category is because they understand exactly that. All of these things
Yes.
that you're talking about, the way CBD doesn't help our body, because they know history has proven it. Up until the 1930s, cannabis was utilized as a staple for the livestock to eat. It was part of a bunch of different portions of our intake, and so
It was
CBD
used as livestock feed, really?
in some cases, yeah. The hemp,
What is
hemp-
livestock feed, guys?
Like food for animals?
yeah, so-
like farm animals?
So instead of eating like the leaves and stalk and stuff of wheat or barley or the oats, these particular things don't have the same nutrition as hemp seed or the hemp plant or the leaves from the hemp plant. So they used to, in my understanding, they used to feed like all of the livestock, cows and
They
pigs.
feed them like the whole plant,
I would assume.
flour
I don't-
and all?
Well, that's where all the
Are you feeling jealous now? Now you feeling jealous?
Are they feeding the livestock flour?
What's going
and
on?
all?
One is jealous to the cows and animals, another one jealous to AI.
I'm not jealous of the cows. I'm just thinking it's kind of wasteful.
Well, if
They
you
enjoyed it. They got high. If life was good for them.
if you were growing something like oats, I don't know how much medicinal value it has. I have no idea how much nutritional value it has. Some people say it does. Some people say it's bad for you. Doctors, both sides of it. But if you're growing hemp, and they were growing hemp like a bunch in the beginning of our country for that particular purpose, because it was healthier for the animals to eat the flower or the leaves or the stalk, whatever they were eating. It was much better for their intestines, much better for their bodies, much better for the meat, much better for the animals.
Look how much the advertising now is for high protein hemp seeds.
Hemp seed has huge amounts of protein in
Oh,
it.
they've been advertising that for a while.
But if you have now,
But so many people didn't know until recent, Jessie.
Well,
I talk with people, like people
many people
getting
don't
to
know a lot
know.
about marijuana.
Yeah.
tons. I think they knew a long time ago.
Yes.
In the 1930s,
Yes.
they destroyed it for
Forbidden plant.
I had a
power and
conversation with
money.
a woman yesterday, and I said something about how we do this podcast, and it's we were discussing about me losing my job. That's what it was, and
Because of the
podcast on marijuana. And she said, "Oh, I understand. My husband is ex-military and would be completely against it too." And I said, "Our podcast on marijuana." Is a lot about education, a lot about the medicinal benefits, and so I started explaining to her all the different things, and she goes, "Oh, well, that's different." So I think people just automatically
husband
hear
probably-
marijuana and think like 20-year-old stoner sitting on the couch, dumbass playing video games.
But meanwhile, the same person's husband probably experiencing PTSD from
And it would
whatever.
be so
or
fucking
pain or lack of sleep.
helpful.
Yes.
Again, medical marijuana.
Yes. So it's
Medicinally helps.
It does medicinally help. I love the idea of medical marijuana, and there should be.
But it has to be, I agree with, I don't argue with your point. It has to be both medically and recreationally
Here's how I
It's just blend.
Here's how I think that it should be set up this way. Okay, so in a medical, you expect the highest quality, the cleanest source stuff, the best
Right.
grade. Like if I were to walk into a medical dispensary, a medical place to get my medical product,
You're getting the exact same shit as you get at a.
From here. From here.
the quality of that would be like going into McDonald's versus a Michelin starred restaurant. Okay, in the medical world, if you're going to have a medical bill, then the medical end of things needs to rise to that level.
Should, yeah.
There also needs to be a recreational level because not everybody can afford or don't have the insurance to or don't want to go down that road of the nuanced detail of medical world, but they should have some sort of recreational world. Well, in my idea, the bottom end of recreational world should be something like what we do. The people know what they're doing. They have access to the best product. Maybe not the medical grade stuff where these people are, meticulous about how they create it, but good high quality product and being able to sell to the community, but still have that knowledge base of understanding the product that you're selling to the community.
See, and
I
I
feel
think
like
all
our
products,
product is more than medical grade.
Well, and I was going to say,
Yeah.
I feel like all products
Yeah.
should be clean and that
should be
shouldn't
clean.
like whether
Right.
it's medical or recreational, that should have nothing to do with it.
Right.
No, but
I should be able to grow it in my backyard next to my tomatoes and my whatever.
Exactly.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, okay, so there's a place in the market for the here in Nashville, some like the Perry's Steakhouse, and then there's also the Catbird Seat, and then there in this world there's places like the Michelin starred restaurants that are up level of that. That is my kind of perception. There should be
But I
really
don't
good
think
high quality.
I don't think the yes,
There
there
shouldn't
should
be
be
McDonald's
really good.
meat.
There should be really good high quality, but it should be available to everyone, and
Yeah.
it shouldn't be only if you have this
Right.
diagnosis, because it's
Right.
not like.
I agree. Yeah.
It's not like with pharmaceuticals. Let's go pain pills with people with cancer. Fentanyl absolutely is a horrible drug, but it absolutely has its place
Yeah,
for
not
people
on the
with
streets.
cancer who have got to the point where the morphine, the opioids
Right.
are slowly not working anymore,
Right.
and you need something
We
stronger.
are talking about fentanyl.
And then you need
Fentanyl.
fentanyl. However, marijuana doesn't act like that. You
Right.
don't constantly need something stronger.
Right.
So the best should be available to everyone.
Right.
You're right. Totally.
It's
yeah.
not like it's not a medicinal safety issue like fentanyl is. Fentanyl should not be available on the streets at all. I mean, it's
No,
so
that should-
dangerous.
It's so highly controlled, and
But
everything
as a,
about that should
right,
be
but
controlled.
as a previous oncology nurse, it's very essential in some instances in hospital type settings for some
Right.
patients.
Under control.
But marijuana is not like that. Marijuana
Right.
is you
No.
don't have to keep. I mean, you might need to take a tolerance break for a day or two, but you don't have to keep leveling up. And if you're taking it medicinally, you don't have to keep leveling up
Yeah.
because it's just going to continue to help
Right.
you medicinally.
having that range of what that looks like medicinally and what the medical bill would be and how the medical regulations would be is what kind of concerns me. Is where are they going to put it and who's going to be under control of it and
Yeah.
and to what level can you or can't you do it, and what, instead of being right for the public like you're talking about, yes, the highest quality of product that we can source and do and grow should be available to the entirety of the population. We are all human beings. We should all have access to it. Finding that route to where it's not controlled by Walgreens or some pharmacies
Yeah.
or some doctor groups or whatever medicinally in the state of Tennessee specifically is something that I'd like to figure out, because when you do that, then you take it away from all of those people.
For sure. I think unfortunately we live in a day and time where
Stupidity reigns.
yes, and it's all it's
That makes
big
no sense.
pharma, big government, that's unfortunately where we are in today's day and age.
It's unfortunate, yes.
Yeah.
But the unfortunate part is not for the fact of cannabis or cannabis use and the entirety of our population that is out there using it. And what needs to happen is we need to tell these big companies, no, flat out, fuck no.
I think that's kind of has been happening with the decrease of alcohol consumption, generally speaking.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why we're seeing such fighting back, even with the Farm Bill.
Yeah,
for
'cause they wanna
THCA,
control
because
it.
it's the big companies really seeing themselves go down. And at the end of the day,
Well, they picked the wrong product to get in business with, and that's what happens when you pick the wrong product and you pick a poison, and you do that and you manipulate and you lie and you cheat and you steal. At some point, your sin will find you out. Sorry, it's just the way it is. This is the sin finding them out, and the sin finding them out is their billions of dollars of loss because they killed all of their customer base already, and the rest of the
and-
customer base doesn't really want their poison.
and
So-
marijuana is so helpful that
Right. So at that particular point is like, how do you then reasonably, legislatively, economically, whatever that means, get into some sort of continuation of it? And right now, I think in Tennessee, it's going to be some sort of medical bill that's going to make that happen. And however that medical bill goes down will probably be determined by who has what amount of money and puts it in whose pockets.
And that's fine. Just at the end of the day, I'm excited that there will be more research
Yes.
Right.
on it for sure. I think there's so much that, like I've gone through these, I don't think I had touched on preventing seizures was another one, but I've gone through these different things that it's been proven to help with. And it's just 7 things I've said. How many things out there
Right.
could it help with that,
Oh my
that we
gosh.
will now be able to
I think
start
it's
researching
countless.
it now?
Seriously.
It is countless.
Yeah, because personally, me, we are a family of 7. For every single thing, Jessie, whatever happens to us, from
I'm an insane person like that, yeah.
a headache or a skin rash, you name it.
Or she wakes up in the middle of the night at 2:30 in the morning,
Anxiety.
just can't breathe,
Yeah.
anxiety, having some
For
stress from
everything,
PTSD.
I use full spectrum CBD, and I swear by it works.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just not only me; all of us we do
Yeah.
that. Like it's amazing how many different way it works. It's just
Yeah, well,
balance.
like for anti-inflammatory
Right.
purposes, my mom was in town for Christmas. I might have already told you all this. And she's been suffering from sciatica. And I
Yes.
make a THC oil that you just spray on
Right.
anything that's hurting. And she sprayed it on, and it helped take her pain away that she's been suffering from. Because again, it's the anti-inflammatory properties to it that helped pull the inflammation down to stop the sciatic nerve.
Yeah, it has so
From
much of
screaming.
neurological effect too.
What's that oil's name that is super cancer killing?
Rick Simpson oil.
Rick Simpson oil. So I'd love to try to get some Rick Simpson oil because
You can make it.
Well, yeah, but it's illegal to sell because
Well,
of,
yeah.
because of what you have to source you have to source marijuana product, and you have to source high doses of marijuana product to create this oil that is killing people's cancers.
Yeah.
It's helping people. So
Well, it also
Why
helps
can't- why-
with the nausea when you have cancer.
Chemo, yeah.
From the chemo. It also helps with your lack of appetite that is a result of the chemo. It helps for many different reasons for cancer.
my question is why at this particular point can't I source that product? Why can't I go to the companies around this country or world, this for a matter of fact, because the same type of product is in Amsterdam or other parts of the world, Spain. Why can't I source the best case products to get to my customer base here? Because I know plenty of people that walk through our store on a regular basis that would benefit highly from these particular products. And I don't think that the medical world, the current medical world, because I don't think they're very helpful, is going to source the very best products.
Definitely, they are not going to have the best interest of the patients in their heart because that's been proven.
Well, I'll say
That's
this
my
again.
experience.
That's my
On the
experience,
whole,
yeah.
yes, but there are nurses and doctors and healthcare professionals
Absolutely.
in the profession that do
Do care.
Do care.
And
They
got
need to
it.
come. They need to
do.
come and work with us in
Yeah,
collaboration.
they need to- yeah,
We
come and
work together
collaborate.
seriously because medical world out there it has bad reputation.
I'll say
too.
this too, though. There's a lot of medical professionals out there that are kind of scared to be as vocal about the more natural, more holistic because
I agree.
Well, they
we
are
get
because-
kind of
Yeah.
looked at like we're crazy
Yes.
or we're called quacks
Yeah.
or different things
which
like
is
that.
terrible. Which is
So how
really
then
terrible.
how then can we get involved?
Lack of knowledge.
That's what it is. And that's at the end of the day, I think it's good that it's descheduled because you can start doing more research, which helps. With the more research you have, the more
Right.
education, people can get
Yes.
educated there.
Okay, so
We know
how
more,
come-
so
how-
we can tell them more.
Right.
we are a research lab, in effect, without a doubt. And we're researching every single day. In fact, yesterday, I had a customer walk in here I gave a product to. And I said, can you tell me what you think about this? The entirety of it, how it makes you feel, all this stuff like that. He went home, used it, came back, and told me the entirety of his experience. That is research. It's R&D. And I get it directly from the people using it.
Yes, that's research, but scientifically speaking, you have to have controlled studies for them to be valid studies. Yes, there is definitely.
Well, you
I
can
have
over-
my
you can over control-
some years of experience, but you have to have,
You can over
placebo
Document
type- Yeah,
them.
you can over
yeah.
control your studies to the point of where that study just doesn't mean shit anymore because of how you're doing the study has a
I don't know
math-
that you can over control. Your
yeah,
study.
because what I'm watching in the art of my dad is a statistics guy, and statistics has randomness to it, and then when you apply like what I'm doing in research and study, I'm not putting anything out there that is controlling an outcome, controlling a designed.
No, you're asking for experience, but
desired
but
result.
you can't. But you're not saying like. Yes, you're getting experience, you're getting research of what's happening, how it's affecting them. But
You wanna know-
because everybody's body is different, you can't go out and
Yes.
publish that research and say, because to be able to do that, you have to have a certain control group. Here, you have to have a certain control
Right.
group here. But you can absolutely say,
It's not about getting it published.
Your own
or,
experience.
yeah, your own experience.
It's not about getting it published or put out there in that kind of way. It's getting put out this kind of way. Here's the experience and why that kind of study for me is better than the controlled research study that they're doing, because they've been doing controlled research studies for thousands of years on cannabis. It seems like it's only money that has stopped it in the last 100 years, and the art of industry and how the control.
I don't know that they've done controlled research studies before. Was
I
society
would-
doing
I would-
controlled
I would be willing to
double-blind placebo studies
I would be-
thousands of years ago?
I would be willing to bet based on just a technical.
Maybe not on human, maybe on animals. I'm sure they have done
No,
studies.
I would be willing to bet, just based on the technical capabilities of the ancient cultures to do what they did with just building and things like medicine, all of the medicinal end of things, ancient Egypt, Greece, China, all of that stuff, I would guarantee that they're doing studies on it. And the studies aren't what we know now as double-blind, placebo, blah, 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 whatever studies. They were studying kind of the way that I'm studying. And they're studying,
Right.
they're studying with groups of people. But see...
And you tell me your experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, so what that does then here. So if I have one product in here, one gummy, and some 50 people walk through my door and they have the same kind of issue or problem, and I give them that one gummy, and they come back and they tell me that gummy worked or didn't work or whatever it was, then I have that research on how that gummy works. And I find out that the reality is that CBN, if somebody comes in for sleep, CBN helps with your sleep perception.
And this is what I'll say about that type of
research. That is a generality.
research.
That's a generality that is...
And it's helped everyone in the past. And this is what I'll say about that type of research. That is helpful to educate people that are willing to learn.
Sure. That's the most
These
important part, because
double-blind placebo type studies that we can now start doing that it's been descheduled, those are the type of studies you have to change people's ideas who aren't willing to learn. You know what I mean? Like the facts have to be so blatantly in front of them. If you just talk to someone like that and you said,
Those
well,
facts are
20
already
people
out
came
there.
in and it worked for all 20 people, they're going to say, yeah, but you don't know
What's the study behind that?
what were the
Yeah,
conditions
there are
for
some-
sleep.
she's right.
So those type of
on an educated level, yes, people will ask those questions and do that stuff. Maybe at a doctor or our level, we'll ask those kind of things, and maybe at the medical end of things, people will ask that stuff. But generally speaking, the majority of the populace out there that goes to a doctor or even comes to our store is just asking, "Is this going to help me with my sleep?" And then you say, "Yes, it will." And whether or not I have a study behind it or not,
But
one
the
thing,
people that make the change need to
yes.
have those studies to prove, because they're not going to
No,
listen to you,
this-
Jake, saying 20 people came in and helped them sleep.
I would be willing to differ on that, and here's why I differ on that. My person, this is great content, right? You know, I'm not arguing. This is why I'm different. My experience in cannabis has been far more valuable to me in getting people to understand cannabis for their own body than any study that I pointed them to, or
Oh,
any,
for sure.
or any. So then the art of study and the art of changing people's perspective and mentality, or teaching them, is in yes, two ways. One, we can study the shit out of it, do all the stuff with it, line it out, and have some bunch of people in white coats and name tags and gloves and hats and shit, and you do all that stuff with a control group of 100 people and put a test out. I guarantee that shit's been done and done and done and done. And if it has not been done, then what the fuck are you all doing?
Well, lots
and
of
what the
studies have
fuck
been
have
done.
you?
That's why I was
no.
researching
What-
all the
what-
different studies that have been done, but so many haven't been done.
What colleges and who was doing what? And let's get all that out there together, because you said that there are studies. The stuff is being done every single day. Somebody,
Johnson and Wales University has a whole
shitload of studies.
cannabis management as a major.
Okay, so
Not as a major, as a course of study.
MTSU, Murfreesboro, University of Murfreesboro.
so I'm gonna just ask.
Did you know that? They have like major for cannabis.
For cannabis.
I'm gonna ask then again, representative alcohol. How long was alcohol studied before we just opened up the door and said, "Yeah, fuck it, let's have it"? Not very long. In fact.
But
That was
here's
a
the
long time ago.
difference. Marijuana has a lot of medicinal benefits.
Sure.
So it does need to be studied so we do know what all it can do. Yes, it's fun recreationally. Yes, a lot of people smoke just to have that high. But there's so many important things it can do that it needs to be
We don't
studied.
know yet.
Because
Yeah.
the
Fair enough.
powers that be are not going to listen to your bullshit. 20 people came in and it helps them. Great. That's fucking great. But I don't care to have money, to do studies, to do research, to make it grow bigger.
How about this?
We have to have it done this way.
How about this? Have the studies, continue to do it. Don't regulate it and legislate it out of my ability to receive it, use it, and do it.
And sell
Let
it.
the people
Sell
who
it.
let the people who are already growing it and producing it.
I mean,
and
that's a
making
whole
it
nother discussion. That's a
contin-
whole
con-
nother.
Continue on. Don't go. Whoa, 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 whoa. We got to stop this whole thing. And I just want. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, that's just money grab. That's a whole different
we need
topic.
To, we need. Oh, whoa, whoa. We need to study. We need to study. Well, shit.
No, we do need to study so we know what else it does. But them
Yes.
stopping
Now,
it, that's a money
yeah,
grab.
exactly. So if you want to study it, go ahead. Study it. All of the colleges in the whole world, all of the whoever, get your. I'll study it myself too, and I'll find out what it does for me. Now I may not write it down and do some sort of,
You won't write it down.
fuck no.
I know you are writing shit down.
It's a waste of my time. I get more people to believe my experience than what I wrote down and handed them a piece of paper. But anyhow, do it, but let's figure out a right ability to have access to it while you study it, not control the shit out of it. I mean, you open up alcohol and said,
Yeah,
Alcohol,
again,
here
that's
you
a
go.
whole different thing.
Again,
We're just
yeah.
talking about all the medicinal
Recreation- or
things they
medical.
can help with.
Speaking
And
of
I'm
that,
saying
Medical
it needs
marijuana.
more studying because I know it can help with so much more we're not even aware
so
of.
far what has been studied and proven right is that it helps on chronic pain.
Yep.
yeah.
That's THC side of it, especially. It's proven more than 40%, especially in neuropathic pain. It helps a lot.
Yeah.
Then, just like you said, Jessie, cancer-related symptoms like
How
they
many
can
studies do we
eat,
have on it?
nausea.
Well, let me go back to the pain because I want to say it helps pain in different ways. We talked about how it helps as an anti-inflammatory. So
Right.
pain is from inflammation. But then the neuropathic way that it helps, it targets specific
Pacific?
pain. Pacific. I
Right.
can't talk today. It targets
Specific
specific pain receptors.
Right.
So it helps in two separate ways.
Yeah. So that's basically CBD side of it and THC side of
Right,
it. That
right.
helps. So
than
neurological
just CBD and-
condition.
There's more than just CBD and THC. There's like almost between 400 and 600 different cannabinoids
Right.
that they found, and that is through study. Yes, that is fantastic.
Again, why
Keep-
we need to study more.
Yes, keep on studying and study more and study
Find
more.
out
and study
how
more,
it's
and we should.
we can specifically use each
Right.
cannabinoid for different
Right.
Yes.
problems, issues,
Yeah.
help in our body.
True.
But
The
there's no public safety necessity to hold back the public from the product in the meantime.
other proven,
Proven. Are you proving it?
based on a study that's been proven that helps medically, it's the epilepsy, the seizure
Yeah.
that
Yeah, I've
has
seen
been
the
proven
videos.
that at least the minimum it does, it reduces the number of repetition of the seizure.
Right.
In some cases, it can actually literally take it all away.
Well, and I read somewhere that Charlotte's Web, which is a company that is one of the first of the
First one,
CBD
yes.
companies.
They were one of the first CBD companies
out of Colorado
Yes.
because they were helping
of a little girl named
named Charlotte who had
Charlotte,
seizures.
yes.
I read somewhere that they were somehow, I don't know, partnering or working with the government with this descheduling and
Yeah, they were. The company that Charlotte's Web started out to be is not the current company. I think that's changed ownership and some things have changed, but I think the
but if
original-
they're trying to work to
Yeah,
help
they
it get
are.
it.
They are. A lot of those big companies are, I'm sure, in with some lobbying groups and,
Yeah.
and spending some money.
And that's
to
helpful
do it.
because that
It
it
is.
is
It is.
so helpful.
Oh, absolutely.
With seizures.
Yeah.
Right.
I wish it could, like it could be used everywhere in the world. Like I
It
know
should be.
firsthand, many people where I'm coming from, like close relatives, they can use CBD
Can
on
use
their
CBD.
seizure and stuff. And it's
Well,
so sad.
but
I
a
can't
lot of times
do
too,
anything.
people like it would be so helpful for children with seizures, but a lot of times the parents have that stigma
Absolutely.
from society in their mind
Yeah.
that I can't give
Yeah.
my kid this
Yeah.
drug.
They're gonna get high. Yeah,
But
It's not
it
a
would
drug.
really truly help them. But
Yeah, it takes education, Jessie.
yes,
Education.
Just like
Yes.
here.
Yes.
I mean, we are dealing the same thing here. In more probably bigger picture, we should, everywhere in the world should be educated.
Right.
Because you are so right. These kids can benefit a lot. They don't
Yeah.
have to go through
No.
what they are going through.
Yeah, I mean, they still might have seizure here and there, but it
Right.
might help reduce the occurrence of them.
Yes,
And,
yes.
and parents shouldn't be made to feel like they're doing something wrong by giving their child something that could truly has been proven to
proven
help.
that help.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing helps, it's with Alzheimer's. That's proven,
Really?
study-based. Yeah.
I've not read that.
Alzheimer, yeah. Based on my study, it says Alzheimer.
Based on
proven that-
AI study.
No, it's cooperation. It's collaboration
You're
between me and
collaborating
AI
with
we
AI.
do together.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
fantastic.
So
telling
I
you.
would wonder how, like, I want to know what, because I'm a science nerd, I want to know how and why it's helping against Alzheimer's. Like, I know that research has been
Put it
done.
down so we can talk about this.
Yeah, because I know that research has been done that, like, the more cholesterol you have, the higher your cholesterol, the less likely you are to get Alzheimer's because it's protecting your brain. And
See, they don't know
like we
enough.
need to detox.
That's their side of you.
I know.
Go
I
after
want to
that.
know, like, how does marijuana help Alzheimer's? What is it doing? Is it
Right.
protecting
Back
something
to-
neurologically?
So there's a lot of questions that I have when it comes to that kind of thing, and all of the ailments, like all of the ailments we currently deal with in our society. Is it just a fact of lack of cannabis or cannabinoids to give our system the balance it needs?
To balance it.
Spray
Is
over
it
our
is it
head.
is it just that, or
Spray over it.
or is it another factor or set of factors? And the other sets of factors that for me is that okay, you can have cannabis, but if you go and drink alcohol or do fentanyl or do something else, you might die. You might have cannabis in your system, but it wasn't the cannabis that killed you or did something to you. The benefits, like we can have cannabis, but if we're vitamin D deficient or if we don't have enough of something else in our body or we don't have enough water, the cannabis isn't going to balance us out. So these other extenuating factors that might play into the balance of life and getting to the medicine or the medicinal side of it, maybe cannabis isn't the whole of it, but is a
Well, it's nothing is the
huge-
whole.
like-
Our whole body is a balancing act.
Yeah, like
And cannabis does help in that balancing act, but it
Right.
can't be a whole all by itself.
Right.
so if
Right.
cigarettes causes cancer, smoking cigarettes causes cancer, and using Rick Simpson oil stops cancer. I think we have somebody at our door. If Rick Simpson oil stops cancer, so we have something that causes cancer and something that stops cancer. Well, the best thing to do is stop this thing that is causing cancer and use the thing that is stopping cancer so that you get the max result. But if you are still smoking cigarettes, it's not really helping that function of cannabis, which is killing the cancer. So it's kind of counterproductive. It's a factor in it. And I think some of those factors need to wait out. So you were saying Alzheimer's. Well, what did cause Alzheimer's? Was it drinking too much sugary drinks, or
What's the cause of it? Do you know,
too
Jessie?
many other things?
I've
or is
seen
it-
a lot of different
or is it
things.
just
I have seen that
genetic?
it's a type. They're calling it. Some people are now calling it type 3 diabetes.
Okay, so then maybe a sugar deficient
over too much sugar. And
Yeah.
then I've also done a lot of research. I've done a lot of Alzheimer's research because both of my grandmothers had dementia, and I'm trying to not have it.
Right.
Another was the lack of cholesterol. The lower your cholesterol, the higher your chances of Alzheimer's. Because
So they talk about the
cholesterol
LDLs
is
and-
productive in
yeah.
your brain.
So again, by balancing,
Yeah, it's all about. I mean, your
cannabinoids,
body is
balancing,
all
it's
about
helping,
balance.
yeah.
It's everything is
Right.
balance.
Yeah.
Everything in moderation.
Mm.
Everything.
So true.
So cannabis is the one thing that gives our bodies to be balanced, gives our system the art of being balanced. And so in order to have the best balance, we should have cannabis in our system. But that doesn't mean we should continue the stuff that is possibly creating or helping those like Alzheimer's or high blood pressure or whatever continue. We should remove those from our life as well, because I think those
I
are
have a
also
question for you guys. While I was doing my research, I came across to this phrase, wasting syndrome. Wasting syndromes.
wasting syndrome.
Do any of you guys know what exactly it means, wasting syndromes?
Wasting syndrome, I think, is when your body is like wasting away, essentially. Like your muscles are atrophying. You're not eating.
Is it like rehab? What that means? I'm trying to understand what it means.
I don't know.
Because
I have no
What do you
idea.
mean?
it
rehab?
says again while I was doing the study, it says that it helps on HIV/AIDS, and parenthesis wasting syndromes.
Oh, I think.
So
I
what
think
is
that's-
wasting
I think
syndromes?
that's it. I would have to double check, but I would guess that's a symptom. If you're HIV positive, like you get you're anorexic, you don't eat a lot, your muscles are,
Atrophy.
like wasting
So
away
it helps
into
them
nothing.
on that.
Yeah. I don't know for sure if that's what it
Dustin,
is.
do you
but
know
I have
anything?
to think it is.
Have you heard any?
Dr. Dustin.
Dr. Dustin? Okay.
He's
It was
just-
interesting.
he's-
I just want to, but by the way, yeah, AIDS is another thing. It's proven that cannabinoids, it helps. The other thing that I think most people know, at least people that they use cannabis, they know it's PTSD.
It's great for,
Yes,
again, the
symptoms of
anxiety.
That's just, everybody
Anxiety.
knows that.
Yeah.
And
But
guys-
probably lower THC for that. And higher
Absolutely, I
CBD.
agree.
Yes.
I agree.
The higher
And
THC sometimes can get
that's
your
just so
anxiety up.
important, guys.
Yeah.
PTSD is something that I believe so many people, maybe on a daily basis, go through, and they don't seek help for it. Just as easy as 1, 2, 3, one drop of the dropper full of the full spectrum CBD, and that will help a lot.
It's really
It's just
fun.
that simple.
It's really funny. So I see commercials on TV, the hemp Vana commercial.
The what?
Hemp Vana. I don't even like them. They suck. They're a shitty
Don't know.
product.
I haven't
They're a
seen-
shitty product that I don't even want to go.
I don't know what you're saying. So
I'm not. I'll tell you later because I don't want to promote them on here. Even.
Then no.
Yeah. But they're sold at.
I don't even know what you just said.
They're at Walmart and other places.
They're
I said
shitty product.
It's a shitty product, and it's funny because I watched this one commercial, and it's interesting to watch how these people commercially put this stuff on because it's all bullshit. And there's this guy on there. He's like, I was an ex something or other military dude, and I used to drink alcohol and take pills all the time, and I was angry and pissed off. And then I tried this, and I put this cream on my hands, and the anxiety went away, and I was fabulous. It was unicorns and everything.
What are they saying is in it?
It's hemp cream. It's like it's CBD hemp cream that they sell at Walmart and CVS and all the shit.
How is hemp cream on your hands going to help your anxiety?
Oh, I don't know
Because
it
what are
has
the other
CBDs in it.
ingredients in it? Because I can guarantee you CBD is probably the last ingredient on that list, which means there's probably
oil.
hardly any in it.
Any in it, yeah.
And if you're buying it at Walmart and CVS,
Good luck.
that would,
You're probably getting Chinese shit.
you're getting placebo garbage. There's a placebo test right there. They're placebo. It's all garbage.
That is the placebo test right there.
Yeah.
I've not heard of that.
Yeah. I'll tell you what it is later. It's stupid. It's just, see, you put these commercials out and you're telling the public that, this stuff reduces anxiety and stress by some actor dude or whatever he was on there saying, I used to be an angry asshole.
This
with
is
all
what
this
I would
stuff,
say. That
and
the
now I'm-"
public watches all those pharmaceutical commercials and goes to the doctor and asks for those drugs too.
Exactly.
So.
It's insane. It's just stupid.
All right, what else you have, Jessie?
Well,
As for
we-
any other disease that we know that has been proven that it helps, do you have anything else in there? That's what I came up with based on my studies.
Yeah. I mean, it's very beneficial medicinally. I wonder, I don't know, I should have looked what the conditions are, like in the state of Florida, that you can get your license for.
There's also
Your carry
That's a
license.
good thing.
carry
to
license.
study.
There's all
Carry
sorts of-
Carry marijuana license.
Carry license.
There's all sorts of different like licensing and regulation stuff. I think honestly, because of the medicinal end of marijuana, I think federally that there's going to be some sort of federal reality to marijuana because it's everywhere, recreational, medically, and they're going to study it and they're going to do it, but they have to figure out the balance between the study end of it and complete control of it.
It's the government. They'll complete control it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just need to figure out how they completely control it because you can't completely control it. You're going to have to do something recreationally somehow, somewhere, because not.
That's what the black market's for.
Bad, Jessie.
Just kidding.
I'd like to stay out of a gunfight or jail.
Yes, stay out of jail.
I've smoked weed since I was 14. I've had to buy weed from the black market most of my life.
I know,
there was
right?
not weed. There
It's
was not
been-
guns, and there was jail one time. But come on,
Yeah, but if you would have gotten caught all those times, there'd have been jail. And they would have said, you know what, shit, this is enough. We're
True.
tired of playing this game with you. We're just going to keep you here forever.
Keep you here.
You're not going anywhere. You're just in jail. Whenever you die, then we'll put you in the ground over there.
God forbid.
And on
They
that
do that.
note-
They do that to people, which is stupid over a freaking plant.
It
It's
is.
nonsense,
It is silly
and they want
over
to
a
control
plant.
it. They want to do. I mean, I would like to stay away from gunfights, jail, and death. All of that kind of stuff would be.
You can't stay away from death. We're all gonna die.
You never know.
I don't want to
We're all dying.
So there are lots of people
Too
that have
early to
just
talk
jumped
about that.
jump dimensions that we have no idea where they went.
They die. They might be in another dimension, but they're dead from this one, and we will all be dead from this one at some point.
Okay. In that note,
Why do we have to think about that right now?
let's go home. We have to open a shop anyways. Sorry for all the craziness.
Are we
everybody.
done?
Yeah, we're done. We gotta go.
Oh.
I ain't seen a beat like that since
Did
somebody
we cover
stuck a banana
everything?
in my
You didn't
pants
even
and
talk
turned
about the study.
We'll talk about it next time. We'll do part 2.
We talked about all of it.
We did?
Fantastic. You got all the AI information.
No. I have
No?
more to go.
We'll do medical marijuana part 2 again sometime. Thank you, folks. Appreciate y'all.